Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Sure you can see them all. Okay. Let me take a look at this for a minute before I get started. All right, this is a very interesting reading for you, Taurus. And it's almost as if there's a new beginning, a big new beginning in your life, but leading up to it, there was a very contentious energy, okay? And now that you're through it, there needs to be a time of rest and enjoyment and realization of where you are now, okay? And I hope this is resonating with you because it seems so clear to me based on this reading, but for example, it's almost as if you are doing something like you're moving to a new city or you are getting married, and then there's all this stress leading up to it. And let's say, for example, the wedding was at the end of September. Or you're changing jobs and you have to move, and that happened at the end of September. So there's all this stress leading up to it. Then the event happens, and then you need some serious downtime and to celebrate. Wow, like I'm in a new phase in my life, or I am now in a new city and I'm excited and I have a new higher paying job and I made this happen. Okay, there needs to be that type of mentality in association with rest, incongruent, concurrent with rest. Okay. All right. There's the Seven of Wands. Very contentious energy. Okay. You're defending yourself. Everything is coming at you. This is why I was saying like planning a wedding or moving or trying to deal with movers. It's like, where do you want me to put this? Where do you want me to put this? What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? Where's the wedding venue? Where's the photos? Where's this? Where's the cake? Where's this? And you're just up here saying, I should have hired a wedding planner because I can't handle this stress right now. Everything is coming at me and I don't know, because right now it's actually my wedding day and I need to put my dress on and do my makeup and hair. It's that type of energy, okay? So coming from September, it's going to be stressful, okay? Then you have this whole new beginning. I mean, this is the last major arcana card before the Fool, which is completely new, fresh, and free beginnings. So you have gone through, it's almost as if you've gone through some major life change, and leading up to it was crazy stressful, and now it's still stressful, but it's like, okay, I'm in a whole new phase now. And during this time, this is your challenge and your benefit position. During that time, you felt like walking away. You felt like throwing in the dice and saying, I'm done. Dropping the mic. I'm out. Okay? And so you may have done this. This is a benefit or a challenge. Okay? You're leaving a lot of emotions behind. And if you did this, you're not really leaving for good. And two, especially when you're in these types of moments, you're like, I'm out, done. And then all of a sudden, everything's fine. But this could also indicate, if you are moving or starting a new life with somebody, this could also indicate that you are, you're leaving this old life behind and you're really starting a whole new phase. And this is indicative of you walking away into a whole new life, not necessarily by yourself. Yes, this can mean leaving somebody behind and walking away and going through a breakup, and it can, but in this context, it doesn't mean that. It means you're starting a new life. Okay, there's something new on the horizon and you're already walking towards it, and you clearly are. So this is a benefit. This isn't a challenge, unless you did so out of, temporary dysfunction because something was so stressful. Okay. Okay. The world is at your fingertips. You're surrounded by goodness. You're in a whole new phase. You're ending a phase. You're starting a whole new phase. So that is awesome. keep this world card in mind as I'm talking about all this other stuff, because it's important to recognize it. Okay. The Queen of Cups. I love the Queen of Cups. She can be considered a little bit of a drama queen though, okay? So there can be a tiny bit of a negative connotation with the Queen of Cups energy, but just keep in mind that she is doing everything that she does is from the wholeness and gentleness and kindness and caringness of her heart. They just may be a little bit overdoing it sometimes, okay? But this is a water energy, okay? Full of love, full of emotions, sometimes too much, okay? If you really are having some major life change, it can be emotional, and when you're caught up in those moments, it just, you know, things can be a little dramatic, and then they all just kind of even out. And they do, and we see that, Taurus, because what's crowning, look at what's grounding you and crowning you. Emotions and rest, okay? After something major. Okay, so it's emotional, probably a little overwhelming, and the key is to rest. Okay, you may be doing some traveling. If you're moving, you're going to get all settled in, and then it's time to take a deep breath and rest, and then get back with your power, because here we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. Yes, you may be involved with somebody that's a water sign, okay? You may be involved with somebody that's a fire sign in your future, but this, or really an air sign, and you need to rest together. I'm really feeling that this Queen of Wands card is more in your energy, in there's been this major life event, and now you're resting. Okay, maybe with somebody, if you've gotten married or gotten engaged or moving with somebody or moving in with somebody, there's all these emotions, there's all this energy, there's all this leading up to it, and then there's rest. But then it's time to start getting back into your normal daily routine, which I know you're great at, Taurus. Okay, you love work, you love your routine, you love taking care of yourself. Okay, so this is you getting back into your energy, okay, pulling it in after all this change. And this change has been stressful for you, okay? That's where we get these emotions. This could be somebody else, but this could also be you. Same with this. And you're really wanting to just retreat and be by yourself, or at least be with your loved one, and rest. You really just want to rest. If you've had some major life event, you are wanting to rest, okay? How they're viewing your partner, or if you're, and if you're just, I'm going to go back to this in a minute. If you're not dating anybody and you're single, this is saying that you still have had a major life event, okay? The major life event could actually have been a breakup, okay? And then how you deal with it and how you rest after that to get yourself back to your core, okay? Or at least back to taking action, to being in the life that you want, okay? You're a Taurus, you're an earth sign, but sometimes you have to take on the fiery energy and move forward even if you don't want to, okay? So that could be a scenario. Move forward into the dating life, okay? After a period of rest, again, how others are viewing you as somebody that has a lot of options, okay? There's good options, there's bad options, there's stressful options, and there's unknown outcomes. And so they're viewing you as having a lot of options. There's a lot of choices to be made, okay? And you are actually saying, I know that there's all these options and all these choices, and I don't know what to do just yet, okay? So people are viewing you as somebody that isn't really ready to make a decision yet. You're still wanting to rest, okay? But Taurus, you're amazing, and as you work to get back into your power, or after this major life event, whatever it was for you, you're wanting to get back here after this period of rest, and you will. This is your hope and fear position, so there's no fear here. This is you hoping that you get back to your amazing self, okay? Get back to your work schedule, your workout schedule, get back to happy times with your friends, and get back to just building this luscious life that you are so good at doing. Okay, all the earth signs are the best at building a very fortunate life. Emotionally fulfilling, financially successful. Okay? And you build comfort around you. So you're hoping that you can get back to this because you know this is really who you are in your core, and you know you want to get back here. And you will, Taurus, because look, the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory. Okay? So what this is saying is we go from a 7 to a 6, stress, okay? But then you actually end up winning the battle. And now you're victorious. And you have everybody supporting you. Everybody's happy. All your friends and family, they're behind you and they're saying, go, 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 you did it, you did it. Clap their hands, clap their hands. Okay, so whatever this life event was it whether it was beautiful like a wedding, whether it was stressful like a move or job transfer, or whether it was emotional like a breakup, whatever it was, it's going to have very positive effects on you moving forward. You just have to keep your emotions in check, rest. If you're with somebody, rest with them, okay? And then in the second half of the month, take action and move forward, because people are viewing you as being victorious, and you know you want to be in this power so you can be here, which is who you really are, okay? And I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my weeklies.